Awesome. I am here with Leanne. She is a movement lesson parent. She's going to kind of tell you her story before the laser course and then talk about how the benefits she's seen of using the laser at home in her lesson.
Welcome to Movement Lesson, the place where optimal development begins.
So Amelia was 2.5, just over 2.5. She was diagnosed with CP at 9 months old due to birth trauma, and she also has a genetic condition, neurofibromatosis type 1, which affects some of her vision, and she also has hearing loss. So she's complex, she's got a lot of things going on, and I found movement lesson right after her first diagnosis when she was 9 months old, and I just started working on the breathing course for 2 weeks when she was asleep. Did an intensive with Michelle. I was very lucky. She came over to this side of the world, and then I worked very closely with Erin. I got to the point where I just wanted a bit more, and I heard a lot of the parents talking about the laser course. I got the laser here, started working with the laser course about 4 months ago now. The biggest thing it started teaching me is midlines through the body and where they actually are, and how Michelle approaches them, and how they work. And what the laser course does is it really pinpoints exactly where those midlines are going to be and how you can assess. But what I didn't expect was the feeling, the touch changed when I started using the laser with Amelia. So I would place the laser over, say, on her hip and start working on her opposite hip, and I could start feeling that movement transfer from one part to another. And it was just an awesome experience to have and to feel that change and that shift inside her body, which is what we're looking for and what we want to feel. It just transfers what you're trying to do into them. And for me, it's not quite explainable, even though there's science behind
Right?
it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
She's rolling much better. She's army crawling now, which we weren't seeing before the laser course, and now she's actually propelling herself towards her toys and in and out of different rooms and enjoying that freedom of
Awesome.
independence that
Really
she didn't
getting
have before.
mobile.
So
So cool.
yeah.
What kept you going to do movement lesson?
The long story is that the changes have been subtle, and we've talked a lot about internal changes first before we see the big, external milestones and things like that. And I'll always remember we got her rolling and she finally started rolling from back to
We
belly.
celebrated. Woo!
Yeah, it was a big celebration, punching the air and jumping around in my kitchen, and she didn't really understand what mum was doing. That was movement lesson giving me the tools to give her the movement, something to help her with that high tone. So not necessarily looking for big movement, big milestones, big changes that way, but I'm able to help her with that tone on a daily basis, just working very, very small, detailed work.
For me, it was just I saw those little gains, but they were gains towards independence. What I really saw improve was her vision. And she was, before she would just sit there with you, and then she started playing with the things in front of the desk. So that's been really cool to watch your gains. Why would you recommend this to other parents to get the laser course and to use that in their home application?
There's a book that comes with it that you can download or look at online, and it has the skeleton and all the midline points and things, so you start to get an idea of how the body's laid out. It really focused me again. So sometimes, if you're with movement lesson for a long time and you just start getting lost in the mix of which bit should I do now, it can really focus you in, and that focus helps your child because you're both then on one kind of pathway. I think it does help with her tone a huge amount because it enhances what I'm doing and what I'm learning with when I'm using movement lesson exercises on Amelia. Yes, yesterday we were just told that her tone is good enough that she doesn't qualify for Botox, which I never wanted to do. But now her tone is, she still has high tone, but they don't think that she qualifies for Botox. And I think that's down to laser, down to movement lesson.
No, that's perfect. And then just, as a disclaimer for movement lesson, we can never claim that, it will ever, fix tone or things like that. It really is, those types of things, those just aren't claims that we can make, but you as the parent, like you see changes and you weren't necessarily doing anything else. And so, someone just has to take that for what it is. And so, thank you so much, Leanne and Amelia there in the background, for sharing your story. And the link to the course is in the description. Thank you very much.